Salud, mi gente, you boys coming through once again. And on today's video, I want to talk about the Emmanuel HARO case, right? Rebecca and Jay got arrested. There's a update on this story, but I also want to talk about something. The process of being arrested, maybe what's going through their mind. Why all of a sudden one is going to be helping the detectives. And how the law is going to help one of those parents. You know, one of those parents is not going to do life. So before we continue with this video, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe to the channel. For those who've been subscribed to the channel, you know what? For those who've been supporting the channel, man, coming to the lives, conversating with your boy right here, putting comments on the channels. Thank you, man. I do highly appreciate it. I know that a lot of people didn't believe in us, but guess what? We pull in the numbers. We pull in the numbers, and all thanks to you guys. I do highly, like when I say highly, I do highly appreciate it, man. Thank you for this chance on some real shit, man. So let's get to this story because, man, I don't know about you guys, but when I hear this stuff, like it does really anger me. It's anger me like you don't even know. Like, boy, like I don't want to be in jail, but I wish I was in jail so I have some clear access to this guy. And how they say, you know, just to break his face, you know, break his face. Sorry, I'm not perfect, but that's the feeling that comes to this individual, Jake HARO, right? I mean, the woman, scandalous. She said that she went to the Big Five. All of a sudden, she heard a hola trying to blame a Spanish-speaking individual, Spanish-speaking person, because of what was going on with Trump, the ICE, how America right now has the hatred towards illegals. So she was trying to do that. What a scumbag. Hopefully the homegirls gave her the business in there, you know? Real shit, man. I do hope they give her the business. You know, she one black guy, man, talk about broken bones or something, you know? And that's how I feel. Real stuff, man. You don't do that to no innocent baby. You don't do that, right? Look, the judge signed the arrest warrant. They got arrested. Now the game changes, right? Why? Because once people are on the streets, you think that you know it all. You think you're untouchable. You think that the detectives are going to believe your story. You're still free, right? There's no evidence. There's no body. There's nobody to point at you and say, oh, this person did it. And they're correct, 100% correct, you know? But once people get the handcuffs on their hands, that's when the game changes. That's when the detectives get to you and be like, hey, man, for reals? You want to spend the rest of your life in prison? You know your wife, you know your husband is going to turn on you, right? Nobody wants to do, life in prison. Simple as that. Simple as that. Before 2015, I believe, people who got caught in cases of 27 cases, even though you were not the one who committed that crime, but you're right there, or you helped the guy get away, you're catching life. If you're not helping the cops, you're catching life in prison, right? So that's why sometimes there was a case of one person being unalive and 5 people getting convicted on that case, right? And it's like, hold on, man. It was only one person who pressed the trigger, one person who did the act, but everybody else, because they didn't help the cops, caught a life sentence. But all that thing changed now. I'm pretty sure the detectives are getting on their head. And who was the weenie he broke down first? Jake HARO, which at least he's taking responsibility. He's not doing it for the right reasons. He just don't want to do life in prison. The detective told him, you know your wife is going to turn on you, man. You better say something, because the same question we're asking you, we're going to ask her. And whoever breaks first, that's going to be the person with the sweet deal. You know, it doesn't mean that just because this guy decided to talk, it doesn't mean that he's not guilty, that he didn't do the act. It doesn't mean that. It means that he's the one trying to take advantage of this deal. You know? That's what it means. Because everybody can lie. Everybody can make up a story. And he can spin his own story. And guess what? They're going to go with that. And It sucks that both of them are not gonna do life because they deserve both of them to do life. But if Jake Harrell helps the detectives, finds the baby, and gets a conviction against his wife, if he gets 10 years, 20 years, which I think he's gonna get like 20 years, I hope he never gets out of prison. I hope he gets dealt with in prison. And trust me, it's gonna happen. He's gonna touch a level 4. It doesn't matter. SNYGP. He's gonna get the business. A case like that is not gonna go unnoticed. Guarantee, man. Guarantee. I'm telling you, man. Once he hits the lower levels, that's different. But once he hits the level 4, he's not gonna go unnoticed. Somebody's gonna give him the business. Trust me. They're gonna make an example out of him. Now, that is getting locked up. Everybody's always gonna break. Everybody wants the sweet deal, and Jake is going for it. He's the one who went to Moreno Valley with the detectives, still with this red jumpsuit, and trying to find where they bury that little innocent baby. When I see that video, man, like I get so upset just to think about it, that they treat their baby worse than an animal to bury him out there in the middle of nowhere. And there was an incident, accident, whatever, call 911, right? This happened to my baby. Be accountable, face consequences. But to hide, bury your baby somewhere in the middle, like is trash. No, that's not cool, man. The law has changed a lot, you know. No longer they give life to everybody who participate on 187. Whoever did that act is gonna have life, and for what we see right here, Jake is gonna be out of it. It seems like Rebecca is the one who's gonna do life without parole. Well, likely that's what she's gonna get. And the dad, he might get a sweet deal, you know, sweet deal that basically he's gonna get because he decided to talk. You know, I don't agree with this, but I do understand that they want to recover that little body, and it's just part of the investigation, man. Right now in the county, as they're going through their whole process, the first 2 weeks are gonna be the worst. That's when you start thinking about what you did. That's when you're gonna realize that you're gonna go to prison for a long time. That's like the worst weeks of your life, you know. Right now they're going through it. I have heard cases in when people have done the unthinkable, in where they rip some cheats, and you already know what, right? I don't know if this is gonna be the case. I wish this is not the case, because they deserve to be in prison for life, and they deserve to go through it a lot. We're gonna keep a close look on this situation, man, but it doesn't mean that Jake is innocent just because he decided to testify, just because he decided to work with the cops. Nah, he's trying to get a deal like a coward, and most likely he's gonna get the sweet deal, man. Most likely he's gonna get the sweet deal. He's gonna come with his own testimony, and the DA signs him is helping them. It's gonna run with that. He's gonna run with that. And most likely he's gonna get charged with helping to bury the baby, and I don't think he's gonna get life at all. I don't think, just because that law has changed already. So with this being said, we are out to next video. And sad story, man, but it's something that we need to talk about and give some light to it, you know. Thank you for your time. To next video.